It has been 8 months since Georgia drivers were told hands off their phones while driving. CBS 46 wanted to know if the new law is making our roads safer. Well, according to one police department, the law is working. CBS 46's Yasmina Alston went to the Duluth Police Department, where they're getting results by citing drivers who are not following the law.
The Duluth Police Department has been very busy since last summer when the state of Georgia became hands-free on the road.
I think the public has taken notice as well, so I think that's it's good for us.
In less than a year, this police department has seen a dramatic but good change since it became illegal to hold your phone while driving.
Because we're looking at thousands of car accidents that the city of Duluth responds to, and now it's dropped that much. So in that short of a time period.
Since July 2018, Duluth police officers have written 534 citations for those in violation of the hands-free law. And comparing the number of accidents from when the law took place versus in 2017, accident numbers have dropped 12%.
Several drivers have actually stopped on a traffic stop and kind of gave a thumbs up to the officer because they knew that that person was sitting at the light too long, or obviously changing lanes, or wavering between lanes.
The department credits the decline in accidents, thus resulting in safer streets for drivers, to their aggressive approach. With that being said, they remind everyone getting behind the wheel to put the phone down.
Even if it's in your lap, on your leg, obviously like you said, to your ear, you can't be touching that phone.
And I'm told if you see someone driving distracted on the road on their phone, you can call the Duluth Police Department. Reporting in Duluth, Yasmina Alston, CBS 46 News.
That is great to know. And now our next guest knows all about the things people try to pull behind the wheel. Sergeant First Class Stephanie Stallings is with the Georgia State Patrol, and I'm sure you hear all those excuses, well, I was just picking it up or whatever. Are troopers writing fewer tickets right now since the hands-free law took effect?
We're actually writing more. Some folks are just not going to get the idea until it, affects them directly. We're writing numerous tickets. So I think at some point there will be a decline in the crashes and the number of tickets, but right now we're still writing a pretty good many.
Let's talk about the open of the show and the young lady we saw. That story just it's heartbreaking.
Very heartbreaking. Having a child the same age, it gets to you, and if people aren't affected by that video, there's definitely something wrong.
What can we tell our young people that they'll get it, Is it parents not, doing the right things to teach the kids? Are the parents on the phones too, and that's maybe letting them know they can do it?
I think it's a little bit of both. There are some parents who they're not getting it either. So I think when the hands-free law went into effect, one of the biggest things that it did, it took away that stipulation for you being a certain age. It affects everybody, which is exactly what we needed it to do. So yeah, the kids sometimes are just not getting the point. Their social media is so much more important than paying attention to the road, and it's causing a lot of tragedy.
What are some of the things you're seeing when you stop people?
Well, I will tell you, it's not just cell phones. Women, stop putting on makeup while you're going down the road.
Wow.
You're making a conscious decision to be a distracted driver. That's what they're doing. So if you walk out your front door and your makeup bag's in your hand and your face is clear, you know that you're going to be distracted going down the road because you're making the choice to do that. I've stopped a young lady for eating a bowl of cereal, full milk, and when I stopped her, blue lights went on, and it went everywhere because she panicked. And that's what she was doing. But weaving, within her lane, crossing over into the other lane, it was horrible, and it certainly could have caused a major accident. Luckily, I caught her before it did. So it's not just the cell phone that can make you distracted, but the cell phone is a huge problem.
All right, driving with knees, is that probably how she was making it along? My goodness.
She said, I thought I had control of my vehicle.
Oh my goodness. Okay, let's review the punishment scale for distracted driving violations.
Okay, so the first is 1 point and $50 fine. The second infraction, if found guilty, is a 2 point and $100 fine, and then 3 points and $150. Now I will tell you, for some people that doesn't seem like a lot, but it usually affects them when their insurance company gets a hold of it, and it affects them long term with insurance hikes, rates and stuff like that.
Now, if you see someone distracted, like you just mentioned, you have to pull them over before you call it in. Is that right? Or how does that work?
We call it in as we're making the traffic stop.
Okay.
Yes. So that's the way we do it.
And you'll see if there are any other such calls when you pull up their license plate or their tag.
Absolutely. So, and for us, we have the option to see, that another trooper has written them a citation or written them a warning. We can look at those warnings to see what they were for, if it was for another moving hazardous violation. And one of the things that a lot of people don't realize is distracted driving leads to so many other infractions. Following too closely while you're driving, where a lot of the rear end crashes come from. Sideswipe crashes, where you've drifted into someone else's lane because your mind's just not focused on what you should be doing.
If you could say something to the folks out there, what would it be about distracted driving?
Put your phone down. Get your mind right, get everything settled, make your last phone call before you get on the road. And as a reminder, just because your phone is hands-free, in its holder, you still can't be messing with it while you're driving. You can one touch to answer the phone, one touch to make a phone call, but even still, those aren't worth it. So just put them down.
Sergeant Stephanie Stallings, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
All right, after the break, we're going to talk to a father whose college-age daughter died because of an 18-wheeler driver not paying attention. Public Affairs on Peach continues.